All right, guys, we're officially starting the recording for 7/26/2018. We have a few people with us. Annie, good to see Annie, Christian, Diana, Mr. Carl, Mr. Matt, Joshua. Joshua does about $20,000 consistently. Sean, Richards, Sean, and Shannon. So what we're going to do today, guys, is I got a text message conversation, one of mine from yesterday, and we're going to break it down line by line, word by word, thought by thought, strategy by strategy. Why do we do this? Because in order to get really, really good at messaging, you have to be in certain situations. You got to have the outline, you got to have the theory, and then you just got to see a bunch of situations. That's the best way to do it. When you see the situations happening in real time and how I'm responding to it, then when you're in, guys, did we just get an eBay sale? Yeah, we just made 500 bucks. Very nice. So then when you're in the situations, it gives you better reference experiences. You get to say, oh, I remember in one of the group chats, Aaron was dealing with a customer like this. And he handled it like this. And then you kind of have a better outline to follow, and there's a better chance of you closing. And to be honest with you guys, even though there's a fair amount of different scenarios, there's only so many scenarios. There's only so many scenarios you can be in. So, you know, you're going to deal with different customers. One of the customers is the type of customer where they want to be told what to do and they like it when you're in control. The other type is the customer that thinks he has gold and he's a type A personality. So someone like him, we still want to use the script, but I'm going to show you like what I did with this guy, how I used the script, but I tweaked it in a way to where I was leading and I was in control, but it made it seem like he was in control. Hey, what's up, Darius? Darius, you're doing fantastic, dude. I'm so proud of you. Darius is kicking butt. Darius has gotten unbelievably good at negotiating over the last few months, and he's been coming on these chats. I've seen some of his screenshots. He's at an unbelievably high level, so kudos to Darius for sticking with us and having the success he had. Guys, he did $800 yesterday in profit. In profit. $800 yesterday in profit. Awesome job, dude. Unbelievable. Fantastic. So let me ask you guys a question. Have you guys ever dealt with, Darius says, I love it. It's awesome. I mean, it's awesome. It would take me almost a month to make what you made yesterday. It's great. This business is amazing when you get your skill set up to a point, and that's why we're on these chats. Has anyone ever dealt with a customer and they were kind of assholey, want to be in control, short, right to the point customer? Give me a 1 in the chat if that's ever happened to anyone here. Josh says, I recommend anyone that's good at website building. I don't know if you guys do. I might post it in the group just to see if anyone recommends it with anyone. One from Darius, one from Christian, one from Andy, one from Shane. So when you get good at this, guys, over time you can deal with these kind of people. This was kind of a person like this. He was short. He got really offended with my offer. So I'm going to show you guys how I broke it down. So would that be interested? Would anyone be interested in seeing this text message conversation? Like, as soon as I made the offer, he pulled back, he was really defensive, and I was able to do things to push through that. I got a yes from Shannon. Of course, says Darius. So we're going to break that down, guys, and then we're going to do something kind of fun at the end of this chat. I just want to show you guys. I got a yes from Matt, yes from Diana, Miss Diana. I'm going to show you guys. I just want to show you guys how, when you guys get good at this, the reason you're going to buy all the phones and make all the money is because all the competition is stupid. Not all of them, but they don't really know what they're doing. And I'm going to prove that to you guys live right here. We're going to have some fun. So does that sound good to you guys? Give me a 2 in the chat if this sounds like a good group chat, something that you might be able to get excited about and something you might be able to learn from. Hey, what's up, Megan? All right, got a 2 from a bunch of people. All right, let's dive right into it. So we're going to go. I'm supposed to do number 2 first. So this, of course, was it's good to see you on here, Megan. How do I do this? This was a Craigslist lead that came in. So hold on now. I want to hide it real quick. We're going to do line by line. No. Open with. Can you guys see that? Can you guys see this conversation okay, or is it kind of small? I can try to make it kind of small. Just let me know in the chat. Or try to make it bigger. Oh, look at that. All right. Look at that. Okay, now let's see how do we move throughout this. All right, is that better, guys? Okay. Woo, all right, so it says you buy smartphones. So before we get started, guys, we always got to go over the basics because I want to hammer the basics in your head because it might not be the sexiest stuff, but it's the stuff that works. And I'd rather you guys not, you know, we go over fundamentals and you make money than be entertained about learning some new theory that may or may not work. I'd rather just teach you guys shit that actually works so you guys can make money. And then once you guys are making the money you want, you guys are going to have the freedom and the finances to live the life that you want to live. Does that sound good to everyone here, by the way? Cool, got a one from Christian, yes from Matt. All right, fantastic. So there's a 5-part process we must walk every customer through from start to finish. This is a straight line. I got this from Jordan Belfort, which Josh knows about. Jordan Belfort, the movie The Wolf of Wall Street, was based off this guy. Someone tell me these 5-part processes. There's 5 steps we must lead every customer through from start to finish. Someone tell me what they are. Just let me know in the chat. And that's where you learned about tonality. Absolutely, Christian. And sometimes you'll see me do it with the chat. Sometimes when I'm talking to you guys, I will say words in a certain way to hopefully provoke thought and to maybe get you guys to think so you have a stronger breakthrough. I'll actually use it when I'm teaching a little bit. I'm not saying I'm the best teacher, but, you know, I'll try to use it too. So, guys, it is R, then it is W, then it is offer, then it is C, and then it is the meetup. So every customer, guys, has to go through this 5-part process. Any phone you've ever bought, Megan might be sitting there, and she might be like, hold on now, Aaron. Are you sure every phone, guys, I promise, every phone you've ever bought, any phone you will ever buy in your life, you will walk the customer through this process. So it's important to understand the process so you can move through the process quickly. R stands for reach out. The customer has to reach out to us, right? You put up an ad. The ad gets their attention. Once it gets their attention, it gets their interest. And then as long as you got their attention and you got their interest, they will reach out to you and message you. And as soon as they do that with your ad, they start right here. We start in the process to reach out. They reach out to you. Then W is we got to figure out what they have, right? What do they have? What phone is it? What's the condition? O stands for the offer. We have to figure out, we got to make an offer, right? We got to send them an offer. We can't meet up if we don't make an offer. Then after we make the offer, we have to close them. After we make the offer, we have to close them. And we know, guys, that sometimes you make an offer and they don't like the offer. Give me a 1 in the chat if you've ever made an offer to a lead and they didn't necessarily like the price and you had to do some persuasion or selling or negotiating in order to get them to agree to the price. I got a ha-ha 1 from Megan every day. And, of course, I'm being a little silly about this because this happens every day. This is what we get paid to do. Then once we close them, guys, we have to go to the meetup, and you can actually mess this up. You can close them, but if you don't transition quickly to the meetup, and some of you guys are watching this, and you're like, yeah, I've actually closed people, and sometimes I close them, and then they don't want to meet up, or I lose the meetup, and it's kind of weird. Now, there's actually always a percentage of that will happen, but if it's kind of, you know, I mean, for me, it's maybe, I don't know, 1 out of 10, it's very low. So we got to figure out where we are and moving through this process. Now, there's a couple of things we have to understand. The first thing is that we lead. Someone fill in the sentence for me in the chat. We as professional salespeople, we lead the conversation by. Someone fill it in for me. Someone fill this in for me. We as professional sales professionals, we lead the conversation by. Hold up. Damn, Shannon. Look at Shannon's on top of that. Got questions. Asking the right questions. Asking questions. A question mark. Absolutely by asking questions. Now, just to show this point, let's say that I'm what is something that someone just threw out something in the chat that's kind of a high-end thing that you would like to buy? I don't know, maybe something high-end, something that's over $1,000 that you might want to buy. If I gave you $1 million, guys, this is something you might probably go out and buy. Chris says a Camaro. Megan says a Porsche. Oh, Megan's got some. Okay, all right. Condo on the beach. A Lamborghini. Hey, I like that, Chris. Lamborghini. A house, says Darius. All right. So we're going to use Megan's example. So let's say Megan comes into the Porsche dealership. And there's two scenarios. Megan walks into the Porsche dealership. Now, Megan's got some money. She probably wants to be treated and acknowledge that she's there. And, you know, she wants someone to be happy to earn her business. So she walks into the Porsche dealership, and nobody is there. You can hear crickets. And 5 minutes later, you know, someone comes out and they say, hey, yeah, what's going on? And Megan stands there, and Megan's like, well, I'd like to buy a Porsche. And the person's like, all right, well, what do you want? And Megan's like, I don't really know. I just know that I got $1 million because Aaron gave it to me, and I want to buy a Porsche. And they're like, all right, well, here are all the Porsches. Here's all the brochures. You know, why don't you go find the one you want? And then when you found the one you want, come to me, tell me what you'd like to pay for it, and we'll go from there. Oh, damn, Diana's not happy. She says, screw them. And we know Diana's a very nice person, so she says, screw them. And so that means Diana's not very happy about this at all. Now, let's go to another situation. Megan walks into another Porsche dealership. And as soon as she walks in, instead of standing there awkwardly, not knowing what to do, worried that people are going to look at her, someone walks up to her. They're nicely dressed. They have good tonality. And they say, hey, Megan, my name is Aaron. And I reach my hand on them. They shake Megan's hand. Megan says, oh, hi. And Megan's happy about this because now she's not standing there. She has a point of contact. And I say, Megan, what brings you in today? And Megan says, I'm interested in buying a Porsche. And I said, awesome. Follow me over here. So I lead her. I'm actually kind of controlling what she does, and I'm controlling the situation. I lead her, and I take her to my desk. And I say, oh, by the way, Megan, before we get started, Megan, would you like some coffee? Would you like some tea? Is there anything you'd like to drink, Megan? And Megan's like, yes, please, I'd have a martini. And I say, no problem. I'll send the runner over to Applebee's. We'll get you a martini. Then I say, all right, Megan, now you said you want a Porsche. Tell me why you want a Porsche. And Megan tells me all the reasons she wants a Porsche. Blah, 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 blah. And then I say, well, are you looking to get a 2-door Porsche or a 4-door Porsche? I want a 2-door Porsche. Okay. Is there anyone you have in mind, or are you still kind of in the process of figuring it out? And Megan says, I'm still kind of in the process of figuring it out. I say, okay, you want a 2-door Porsche. Are you looking for a convertible, or are you looking for a top? And or a regular one. She says, I'm looking for a regular one. Do you care about the horsepower? No, what do I care? I don't. I'd say, all right, Megan, well, let me ask you, what's important in your Porsche? Well, I'd like one with leather. I would like a sunroof. I don't really care if one goes kind of fast, but I wanted to pick up. All right, Megan, and which color would you like? Well, I don't really care, to be honest with you, but if I had to pick, I would pick black. So you want a 2-door black Porsche that has the leather seats and the sunroof that goes kind of fast and blah, 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 blah. And I said, all right, Megan, well, hold on right here. I'm going to go pull one up. I pull it up. We test drive it. Guys, which situation does Megan have a better experience in? Experience number 1 or experience number 2? Let me know in the chat. I am liking the vibe. Make them feel like they've taken care of Megan. Yeah, absolutely. 2, the second one. Absolutely, guys. Now, why is that? That is because the salesperson is leading. The salesperson is controlling the conversation. All right? That's how all situations are, and that's how you have to be in the sales process. It is your job as a professional sales negotiator to lead and control the conversation. I see amateur people, and there's nothing wrong with this if you've been doing this, but we're going to stop doing it because it's wrong. And they have a customer, and the customer says, customer, hi, do you buy phones? And the amateur is like, yes, I do. And the customer is like, okay, would you buy mine? And the amateur is like, yes, I can buy it. What do you have? They might add. This is even almost too advanced for the amateur because they're asking a question. The customer's like, a phone. And the amateur is like, okay, that's nice. Okay, so the amateur, guys, is thinking that the customer is kind of bullshitting with them or they're not a serious lead. And in all reality, The customer is pissed off at the sales professional for not leading the conversation. The customer doesn't know that you need to know which phone they have. They don't know the condition matters. They don't know the carrier matters for appraising purposes. It's your job as a professional to always immediately take control of the conversation and lead it by asking questions. Give me a 1 in the chat if that makes sense. Aaron, I'm hammering on it for 20 minutes. It's very important you know this because this is the fundamental of making all this work. If we don't do this right, hey, what's up? We does about 20, 30,000 a month too. We actually got a fair amount of people in it. Josh does over 20,000. We does over 20,000. And Steve, on Monday, he already did over 20,000. So, guys, it's easy to make big money with this business when you know the right things, you stick with it. So let's move forward. Customer says you buy smartphones. Now, knowing this, guys, what's the next line you think I should say? We're going to do this in a very interactive way, line by line. What do you guys think? What should I say to this? Customer says, you buy smartphones. So how can I take control of this conversation, start moving it through this 5-part process without wasting any time? And as you guys are maybe typing that, maybe not, I'm going to say, yes, have something for sale. So I'm immediately taking control of the conversation. Do you buy smartphones? Yes, have something for sale. So what does this do, guys? This one question gets me right here. It moves me from them reaching out, and I'm automatically on the next step. We got to figure out where we are in this process and do what we can to get to the next part. Diana says, yes, I do. What would you like to sell today? I love it, Diana. I actually keep it a little bit shorter because if I can keep it a little bit shorter and more right to the point. Yes, have something for sale. So I'm leading with questions. And they say iPhone 7 Plus. Now we got the iPhone 7 Plus. There's only 3 bits of information we need before we can make an offer. Someone tell me what those 3 bits of information are. There's 3 things we need to know before we can make an offer accurately on a phone. We got the phone. There it is, Megan. Hey, Megan's on it. Item, carrier, condition. Diana says, condition, carrier, what is it? Absolutely. What's up, Steve? I was just talking about you, Steve, but only in good things. Saying how you do about over 30,000, over 20,000 so far this month. So we got 3 people on this chat now, currently live on this chat, that are doing over $20,000 a month. Phone, condition, carrier. Phone, carrier, condition. Absolutely. What's up, Steve? Steve's a good guy. Steve's got his stuff together. iPhone 7 Plus. So now I got to figure out the condition and the carrier. So I'm going to say, any problems with it? Again, I'm leading by asking questions. Now, how do I oh, there it is. Okay. Any problems with it, right? So now that we got the phone, we got to figure out if it has any problems. A sales conversation is different than a normal conversation. If me and Shannon are going to hang out at the condo that she bought, I'm probably not going to ask her 20 questions. I'm probably going to ask her a question or 2. Maybe I'll tell her a story and we're going to bond. A sales conversation is all about getting to an end result, moving through the 5-part process, and we do that by controlling the conversation and asking questions. Any problems with it? Again, guys, see how this, and again, I'm asking this is an easy for them to understand question. The question is short. Their attention span is 7 seconds at most, so it's easy for them to respond. They say the screen is cracked. Now, guys, there's kind of a thing. I need to make sure that there's that you can still move throughout the phone. It's not a dead phone. So I'm going to ask a follow-up question. I've had people, and they would used to message me, and they'd say, Aaron, the customer says their phone is cracked. How do I know if it's a bad digitizer or a bad LCD or if it turns on or what? I say, you just ask the question. Whenever you don't know anything, you simply ask a question. Can you still move throughout the screen even though it's cracked? You guys see how I did that? Now, 3 questions back to back. Yes, it still works 100%. Now, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm very sensitive to the customer, and I want to make an offer as fast as possible. So usually I get the carrier, the condition, and these 3 things. If I got to ask 1 or 2 questions about the condition, right? Can you still move throughout the phone even though it's cracked, right? Then what I'll sometimes do, I only do this about 10 to 15% of the time, I will appraise as Sprint bad ESN because I know that's the worst one. It can't get any worse than that, right? I mean, maybe there's a weird prepaid one that's a couple dollars, but for the most part, you can't get any worse than that. And it allows me to just move through the process. I want to make an offer as fast as possible. So give me a 1 why you see why I did that. I'm actually going to make an offer and appraise it as sprint because I asked this follow-up question, and I want to make offers as fast as possible. I want to ask a few questions, just make an offer. Cool, 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 cool. If I didn't have to ask this question, and they said it was in perfect condition, or they're like, the screen's cracked, but they told me the other condition is good, then I would figure out the carrier. Yes, still works 100%. They say, I said, awesome. I can give you $120 for it. Now, I'm going to spend 30 seconds here talking about the offer phrase. The offer phrase always needs to look like that. The offer phrase has 5 parts. Awesome. I can give you for it. Whatever, I don't care the price. It's the word awesome. The word awesome makes it kind of upbeat. It gives you a little bit of energy, but not too much. We're not going to put a bunch of hearts and emojis and dollar signs and girl dancing signs and swimming emojis and bombs and eBay symbols because that's like too much. However, we're going to say the word awesome. Awesome is kind of positive, but it shows you're stable. Then we're going to say I. So the first thing is awesome. Then we're going to say I can give you the price for it. Every offer needs to have these 5 parts. The word awesome, the word I, you, the price for it. Now, why did you say, Aaron, you might be a little bit too much, Aaron? This sounds like a little too much. You're a little bit too extra right now. Well, guys, okay, the reason I'm too extra is all these little things matter. See, if you just said, so let's see, if I just said $500, that's a stupid offer. Am I saying I'm going to give you $500? Am I saying I'm making an offer? What is it? When you word it like this, guys, it shows that you're fully committed into the interaction, and the customer appreciates that. Just like when I greeted Megan at the Porsche dealership, I walked up to her and I shook her hand. I wasn't being needy, guys. There wasn't any neediness there. I was just being a respectable person who is happy to earn her business. This shows that we're fully committed and we're happy to earn her business, and there's also no confusion, right? I can give you $500. I don't like that. I don't like I can give you $500. Because that's not clear as what sounds better, guys. Awesome, I can give you $500, or awesome, I can give you $500 for it. Number 1 or number 2, what sounds better? Let me know in the chat. 2 says Megan. For it says Diana. 2 says Matt. 2 says Shannon. Absolutely. And the reason is it's just clear, right? It's just clear. It's a little bit more precise. There's no confusion. One of the keys to having good communication, guys, to be honest with you, is just telling people exactly what's going on and making it not confusing whatsoever. So this makes sure that there's no confusion at all. The other thing it does, guys, and the reason I'm pointing this out is I know some of you guys are uncomfortable with this, and the reason I know this is I used to be uncomfortable with this, is this is a very direct statement. I, you. It's very direct, right? So who could I pick on? If I said Matt S., unmute yourself and read the alphabet backwards to me now. Now, Matt, you don't have to do that, all right? I'm just using this as an example. But whenever you say statements that have I, you in it, it's very direct. And some people are not comfortable being that direct, okay? But it's important to be that direct when you make the offer. And if anyone here is a little bit shy, a little bit introverted, a little bit uncomfortable doing it, say it like this anyway. I'm trying to teach. I'm trying to overcome objections that people might be thinking that they might not even be saying. Does that make sense, guys? Give me a 1 in the chat if you see why it's important to say the offer like this. And that's, of course, why it's structured like this. 1 from Diana, 1 from Megan, 1 from Matt, 1 from Shannon. Okay, all right, fantastic. So, awesome, I can give you 120 for it. Now, the guy says, have a good day. Now, we could do a couple things here. Hey, what's up, Ulysses? We could do a couple things here. We could, hey, what's up, Jake? I'm saying, we could do a couple things here, guys. What would you guys say to this? Just for the sake of moving forward, I'm going to share with you what I say to this. And I do this, guys. I've been starting to do this a little bit more. So what can we tell right now? We can tell by him saying have a good day, he's a little pissed off with the offer. He feels like I was lowballing him. It hurt his ego. People have big egos, guys. They got big, gigantic, world egos, and people get offended very fast. It's been going great so far. Thank you, says Christian. Okay, cool. So he's saying, have a good day. And my first response, guys, is to get emotional. Okay? My first response is to get a little pissed off at this lead and want to defend my ego. However, even though I felt those emotions of wanting to attack him a little bit because he kind of said some words that offended me, I rather get the money than be right. So I'm going to calm myself down, and I'm going to see how I can respond to this to keep him going, because I could be like, you're an idiot, you're dumb, get out of here, F you, I'm better, I get phones all day long. I could do that and feel good about myself and make no money. Or, and I know there's a couple people on here who are working on this, or I could be relaxed and I could say, what could I do to make this conversation move forward? So he says, have a good day. So this is what I say whenever they say something like this, because he's offended now, right? Can you guys give me just like a yes? You guys can feel how he's ready to leave the conversation and he's a little offended. Chris says the call out. I may or may not have been talking to my buddy Chris. All right, but me and Chris worked out together 2 times at his favorite gym, Planet Fitness, when we were at the boot camp, so it was okay. So, have a good day. So what I'm going to say, guys, is I'm going to say, Chris gave me a bunch of it. Chris is a funny guy. Oh, I'm sorry. You said 7+, right? Not 7? So what I'm doing, guys, is I'm making it seem like it's my fault. I'm making it seem like it's my fault because, guys, see, if I said, watch right here. This is why this is important. If I said, how much were you looking to get for it, that would not work here because this lead is already pissed off and kind of leaving the conversation. So I still am going to figure out what he wants for it, but I'm going to go about it a different way. I always follow the script, but sometimes I got to be creative. So I'm going to say this. I'm going to say, oh, sorry, you said 7+, right? Not 7. I'm going to make it seem like it's my fault. By doing this, it will instantly pull him back into the conversation. Then I can go through the script. Guys, notice something else about this. This is a certain question. What type of question is this? No, you guys know it. Chris is usually the first one to say it. The tie down, says Josh. A pivotal. Yeah, basically, I understand. It's the tie down question. A tie down question is a question. All sales professionals use it, worded in a way to where the only answer that makes sense is yes. The reason for this is it allows you to lead a conversation, but also there's strategy behind it. Because if you can get the customer saying yes over and over again, they're in an agreement mindset with you, and they're more likely to say yes to your offer. Anytime you're buying a big purchase, most people are dumb. They don't know what they're doing. But there's the trained sales professionals, listen to how they talk. They will ask questions in a way to where you say yes, because they know if you say yes a bunch of times throughout the sales conversation during the close, so do you want to take home my car today? They're more likely to say yes. Oh, I'm sorry, you said 7+, right? Not 7? He goes, yeah. All right. Now, guys, what I need to do, now I appraise it as a 7+ sprint, bad ESN. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask some other questions because I'm always leading with questions. Christian says, no. I appraise this, Christian, as a 7+ sprint, bad ESN crack screen. They are going for about 230. I appraised it at 120. So I was doing kind of it was a little bit low offer, right? It was a little bit low when I was assuming the worst carrier. But now that he's back in the conversation, I'm going to ask, so I did appraise it as a plus, but I'm going to ask some questions to see if I can get more value. Now watch this, guys. This is why this is so important. Okay, sorry. I apologize. Even though, guys, it's not my fault. I appraised it as a 7+. I take the blame. I take the responsibility because I'd rather swallow my pride and get the sale. Oh, well, we got to go to the next one. The next one is number 2. No, it's 2, 3. You guys like how I one of the things you guys recommend or asked was to make this to where it wasn't on my phone, so it's easier. So I screenshotted this ahead of time so you guys could all see it clearly. I said, okay, sorry. And which company is it with? See, if I asked which company it was with before, he wouldn't tell me because he was already out of the conversation. But because I pulled him back in and said, oh, I'm sorry, I thought it was a 7, even though I praised it. I thought it was a 7. I now pull him back, and he's now invested in the conversation. He'll answer a couple more questions for me. Sometimes, guys, you have to ask a question or make a statement to pull them back in the conversation because they're so far out of the conversation. Sometimes you just got to do things to pull them back in the conversation in order to move it forward. This is one of the things I do. The other thing I'll do is I will, like if they're trying to lead the conversation, you guys have seen this in a lot of the previous group chats, I will say, hey, listen, it's a great phone. I definitely want to buy it. I'm very interested. So I will actually try to sell myself just to keep them interested so I can answer a couple questions or just try to get them to close. Which company is it with? Guys, hold up now. He says it's unlocked. 128 gigabyte. So, guys, I got some information here. All right. Now, most of the time when they say it's unlocked, we know it's not unlocked. But 128, I can definitely use that. And then I said, do you know which company it was unlocked through? Does anyone here want to guess where I got that from? I saw someone in Next Level post that, and I use that now whenever they say it's unlocked. And that would be Darius. I got this directly from Darius. He posted it, and anytime I get the ability to use it, I use it because it's a beautiful line. So, Darius, I appreciate you posting that screenshot. That's why it's always good to post screenshots there, guys, because other people can learn from it. Do you know which company was unlocked? Hey, he says red, so hold up now. It's a red one, special edition. He doesn't know which company it was unlocked through, so I'm going to assume Sprint, but then he goes, I think it was bought factory unlocked. So I'm going to push a little bit further, right? Because if he says, oh, it was bought from T-Mobile, but it's factory unlocked, I'm going to assume T-Mobile baddie on IMEI. But if I can get that it was like Verizon or something, right, and I can get that by asking questions, then I'm going to make a big offer. Okay, any idea which store or company it was originally bought, unlocked through? So he didn't really answer my question, so I'm going to ask the question again to try to get it. He goes, Verizon, I think. Okay. Well, now that he says Verizon, guys, I'm going to praise it as Verizon. So now he says Verizon. He says unlocked. See, if he said Sprint or T-Mobile or AT&T, right, almost all those are not unlocked. They just say it. They don't know what they're talking about. So I just assume with the original carrier, but he says Verizon, and he says it's unlocked. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say that it's, and I'm going to praise it as Verizon. I'm going to do Verizon unlock crack screen bad IMEI. Now I say, okay, cool. And how much were you looking to get? Now notice what I did here, guys. I'm following the script. Well, let me answer these couple of questions first. Chris says, I've been just appraising unlocked as T-Mobile clean ESN, then dropping the price if it's locked. I asked which phone company was the phone last used with. Oh, that's beautiful, Diana. That would be perfect. That would actually be really good. I could have almost asked that. Diana says she asked which phone company the phone was last used with, and that's good because then you could appraise it just based on that. Says, okay, cool. And how much were you looking to get for it? So, guys, notice I'm following the script right here. I'm following the script. Hugh says some people will mean it's unlocked in spam. Yeah, and some people also mean it's unlocked, but they mean it's iCloud unlocked, right? So they mean it's no iCloud. So that's why unlocked is just not a good thing to go off of. That's why we got to get more information. Okay, cool. And how much were you looking to get for it? So notice, guys, I'm I'm following the outline of the script. I'm seeing how much they're going to get for it, but I got some other information so I can pay more. They says a lot more than 120, LOL. Now we're going to go to number 1. That would be this. Okay, come on. Why is this thing showing up, guys? Oh, we just got to go like that. And then we got to click that, and then we'll zoom. Oh, look at that. Guys, I'm learning how to use a computer today. It's been very good. He says a lot more than 120. He goes, make an offer. So he wants me to make an offer. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to make the offer. But I'm going to make the offer, and I'm going to word it in a question. Here's the thing about asking questions. When you ask questions, you're leading, but it makes it seem like they're leading because they're giving you answers. So if I ask questions like when Megan was buying the Porsche, I was leading in control, but she gets to feel like she's in control because she's answering the questions. And a lot of people have big egos, guys, and they don't want to be told what to do. So this is how we're going to make the offer. LOL, no worries. Sorry, just saw this. I was actually on a call with David Kosciuszko, so that's why there was this big time break. So I just saw it when I got off the call with David. This just happened yesterday. So I said, LOL, no worries. Now, I wouldn't really use the LOL, but because he said LOL here, I'm kind of mirroring that. I'm kind of mirroring the feeling of it, right? You guys see, I would never say LOL, but I'm mirroring it at this one point. LOL, no worries. Sorry, just saw this. I say, sorry, I just saw this to let him know that, because we've been going back and forth every couple minutes. So I'm letting him know that I'm, like, interested and I'm not trying to blow him off. It's always good to do that. How about $250 for it? So I'm making an offer, guys. But you see how I worded this, guys? I'm not saying the first offer is always awesome. I can give you X amount for it. It's very strong. But here I'm saying it's kind of strong, but I'm kind of letting it make it seem like he's in charge a little bit. So, and the other reason I do this is because the last time I made a lowball offer, it really offended him, and I don't want to make an offer in a way to where he pulls out of the conversation almost completely like he did before, and I got to work it to bring him back in the conversation. You guys see that? Give me a 1 in the chat if you guys see that. If not, I can go over it again. The last time I made him a lowball offer, he was really offended, right? So he pulled out of the conversation. So I had to work my butt off a little bit just to bring him back in the conversation before I could kind of even start negotiating price. So here, when I'm making the offer, I'm wording it in a way to where it's not as strong, and it's kind of in a question, and it's kind of like I'm letting him decide. That way, the thought process is if he doesn't like it, he won't be as offended. He won't pull out of the conversation again, and I won't have to work it. So it's very advanced what I'm doing, but it's important you guys see it so when you're in conversations, you can mimic it exactly and be able to close bigger deals. He says, I can't. Now, I don't like this. He's not very committed. I don't like he doesn't say I can't. He says it, but he's not very committed, right? There's different types of commitment levels, and you have to slowly tweak what you're doing. There's, man, it's a great phone. It's just cracked. You can't do more. Someone that says this, guys, they're really committed in the conversation, and then I can almost be a little bit more of a hardball because I know they're more invested. I can almost, and sometimes with these people, I can almost pull out of the conversation a little bit or strategically not respond for 10 minutes to get them to chase me. When he says, I can't, I don't feel a lot of commitment there. Now, that doesn't mean I can't get this deal. Jordan Belfort, certainty level. Move him from yeah, Josh is a smart guy. I actually haven't even watched that part of the video yet. He goes, I can't. So now I say it's a great phone. I love this, right? I always say it's a great phone, right? I'm complimenting him. I'm kind of making it seem like I'm on your side. I want to earn your business, but I never say, hey, you know, it's worth more. If you say it's worth more, then you're saying you should pay more. And guys, I don't want to pay any more. Now, I could actually go up a little bit in price because the last one I sold that was Bayat IMEI, I sold for $390, and that sold like just a few days ago. So I could actually go probably to $380 or $280 and $290 and still flip it and make 50, 60 bucks. But I want to make as much money as I can. It's a great phone. What are you trying to get for it? So I always compliment them, right? If I just said, what are you trying to get for it? Might be a little bit too direct. We got to be kind of friendly. You gotta, guys, you kind of got to love them and put your arm around them and make them your best buddy. And then on your other hand, you got to be saying, you got to be shaking it like a mom and be like, well, you know, you want too much for it, right? It's kind of a weird thing. I was thinking in the area of 320. So now I'm going to throw the standard line out. He was thinking in the area of 325, right? So, guys, let's be honest. This price difference is not that much. So I'm aggravated a little bit now. I can't really get a good feel. He's responding to me and he's messaging me back quickly, but his responses kind of make it seem like he's not really wanting to sell it, right? So he says, I was thinking in the area of 325. I said, it's a great phone. So we're going to do the standard line. Number 4. So, wait, we're going to go. I'm supposed to go to number 1, 2, 3, 1. Oh. So we're going to do the standard. It's a great phone. I buy and sell and need to make a little profit. So This excuse always matters. The excuse is important. You wouldn't sell it to me for $250 if I made it today with cash. So what am I doing here, guys? I'm making the offer, but I'm just tweaking a little bit and asking the question, which allows him to feel like he's in control. It's a great phone. I say it twice. Sometimes I'll say it's a great phone multiple times, right? I buy and sell, need to make a little profit. This is me justifying my lower price. You wouldn't sell it to me for $250. So I'm going back to the price I wanted, and I'm throwing some benefits out there. Because the price difference is not that much. So I'm thinking that he might just be he might be okay selling it at $250. You know, it doesn't seem like he's dead set, but he's not really committed. You guys see how this is just kind of strange? Well, not strange. It's just kind of difficult to gauge. So I'm gonna go back to my original offer, but now it's time to entice him a little bit. And how do I entice him? If I met you today with cash, right? We live in America. Unless you're Tim. Tim lives in Canada. But people in America and people in Canada, guys, what do they like? They like the instant gratification. So I throw a couple benefits out there to try to persuade him. He says, I couldn't do that low. Now, guys, I want someone here to tell me that this is advanced. He says, I couldn't do that low. Now, what could I say to figure out what to get him down in price, and how could I say it in a way to where I'm leading it and asking in a question? Does someone take a guess? What would you guys say to this? He says, I couldn't do that low. That means that that tells me he'll go lower. Because he says that low. Oh, Ulysses. What's going on with Ulysses? Ulysses is a smart man. All right. Ulysses says, what could you live with? Does anyone else want to throw a guess out there? I'll wait another couple seconds. Does anyone else want to throw a guess out there? Ulysses, that is not a bad line at all. Does anyone else want to take a guess on what we could say? Ulysses says, ask him why he's selling it, says Megan. What he needs it for. I like that, Megan. Anyone else want to take a guess? You can't, oh, Chris says you can't come down even a little bit. I'm going to take a screenshot of this real quick. Let me save that. Team 7-3. I totally understand. You have anything else you're willing to sell? You can't come down a little bit. So you guys are all kind of doing the right thing. I'm not going to bring up if he has anything else to sell yet. I want to stay focused on just the phone for now. I want to hammer it out a little bit more. Megan says, ask why is he selling it. Now, Megan, that is smart. You guys are both like absolutely right, but I wouldn't do that quite yet. I'm just going to kind of hammer this out a little bit. I want to try to get this particular thing closed, and in the future, I might use both those things because you guys are absolutely right. If we could figure out why they're trying to sell it or see if they have anything else for sale, we could do what Josh did because I saw Josh yesterday. I think he picked up 2 phones and he ended up getting like 5 items or something because it's obviously a great thing to say. Aren't you sure you wouldn't like to take a little less cash today? So not bad, Shannon. I love how you try that. We're going to say, how much lower from 325 could you go? I'm thinking in the area of 325. It's a great phone. I give him the spiel. You wouldn't do it, benefits. I couldn't go that low. How much lower from 325 could you go? He says he'll go lower, so let's ask him. Darius says that. Well, Darius, we already said that right here, so I don't know. I don't want to repeat it. I kind of want to keep in this one little section of the negotiating process. I want to kind of hammer it out and move forward through that one process. So we're going to go to 4. Where's 4? 4 is right here. And then if I do this right and I zoom it in, no, because that zooms that in. So we need to go like this and zoom that out. And then we need to click this and zoom this in only. All right, guys. Did I click the wrong one? Okay. Okay, what's going on? Okay, so where's the little thingy? Sell it to me for $250 if I made it today with cash. I could. How much lower from $325 could you go? He says, I'll do $310. So you see that, guys? He came down a little bit in price. Now, guys, once they start coming down in price, sometimes they get on a momentum train where they just keep coming down in price over and over. It's hard. It usually doesn't happen through messaging. I says no lower even if I made today with cash. So this is what I'm saying, guys. He says I would do $310. I say no lower even if I made today with cash. He came down a little bit, guys, so I'm going to ask him to come down even more. Now, if I ask him to come down even more, guys, if I said how much lower from $325 could you go? He says I'll do $320, $310. And then if I said how much lower from that could you go, you guys see why that would be, there's no real benefit for him to dropping the price. So the next time I ask him to come down in price, what do? The next time I ask him to come down in price even more, to make up, because he doesn't, why would he want to come down in price? That'd be like the worst thing. So for me to kind of combat that negative, Megan says I'm going to give him an incentive of absolutely, even if I made today with cash. Man, whoa. I love what Chris said. That is very smart. No lower, even if I made today with cash. He goes 300 is the lowest. So, and you guys see how I did this? He's giving me really short answers. So this response was very short. This was not a complete sentence. I got right to the point because he got right to the point. If they're giving you really short responses and you're sending them like multiple sentences, that's too much. You want to take those same thoughts and just condense it shorter so you're on the same, you're mirroring and matching them. 300 is the lowest. What area do you live in? Now, let me share with you guys my strategy. This is what I want to do here. I'm going to basically do what Chris said. So I'm at 250. He's at 300. I got him down to 300. What I'm going to say is I'm going to try to get him to meet me in the middle of 275. If I get him in the 275, I'm going to buy it. I'm going to sell it for at least 390 because that's what the one sold for just a few days ago. I'm going to make my money, right? I'm making 80, 70, 80 bucks. So what I'm going to do is I've been in this process too long. So I'm going to actually, this is advanced. I'm going to start pushing towards the close. I'm going to start pushing towards the next step. I'm going to start pushing towards the meetup. Just a little bit, trying to get in that square, and then I'm going to come back with, hey, if you met me in the middle, would you meet me in the middle, blah, 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 blah. So let me show this to you guys. And there's actually something that messes this whole thing up, but this is still a very good conversation because you guys see what's going on with this. Murfreesboro, Illinois. So what I was going to say is he was going to say what areas he was in. He was going to say Illinois. And then I was going to be like, are you free to meet up today? And he would have said, yeah, I could meet up now. And then I would have said, what area is good for you to meet up? So I would have locked down a time, or I would have locked down a place. So I would have said, all right, the quick trip in Murfreesboro, Illinois in 170. That's good for you? And he would have said yes. And then I would have said, I tell you what, would you meet me in the middle at 275 and I'll meet you at that quick trip and I can be at that quick trip in 30 minutes. So give me a 1 if you guys see why I would say this. Now there's something that kind of messes this up. I'll show you guys in a second. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start hinting towards the next step, move it to the next step, get him a little bit more committed, and then as he's more committed, ask him to meet me in the middle. Now, guys, this is like an advanced sales trick because the middle is not really 375. The middle is after he already came down in price, the middle of that. Car salespeople do this all the time. They're like, what are you looking to get for your car? $5,000. And then they'll be like, all right, what's the lowest you'll take for the car? And you'll be like, $3,500. And then they'll be like, all right, well, I can give you $2,500. How about we just meet in the middle at $3,000? Okay, well, we didn't really meet in the middle, buddy. Okay, you tried to do some crazy sales, but we're going to do the same thing because it works. This is gold, says Rico. I got Jet, pick up another iPhone 8 Plus. I'll rewatch that, and thanks, Aaron. So, guys, this is what messes all this up. I said, I Googled it, right? Because I'm proactive. I was going to Google it and find a place near him because I'm here to serve him. He lives 2.5 hours from me. He lives 2.5 hours from me, guys. That is a little bit, you know. So it kind of messes it up a little bit. Not often. So I said, that's a little far. Are you ever in the St. Louis area? I'm trying to be proactive. Not often. So I went to pick up another phone. I just kind of stopped responding to him because it was really far. I could have tried to close him, and then I could have had him, I really don't drive that far anymore. I would have wanted him to drive an hour and a half, and I could have tried to push it through, but it kind of messed up the whole thing. If it didn't mess it up, most people that live in Illinois live a half an hour away, so I'll go meet them. At a McDonald's. Takes me 25 minutes to get there, and not a problem whatsoever at all. And then he actually messages me. He goes, are you wanting it? So he followed up with me today, and I said, yes, I'm wanting it. And I said, we're 2.5 hours distance apart. How could we make it work? And what I'm trying to get him to do, guys, I'm trying to bait him into saying, oh, well, I could drive to you, right? Or I could maybe get him to come 2 hours. That's kind of a drive, but, he might do it for $275. Yeah, so the whole thing got kind of messed up there. But I wanted to show you this conversation because it's a very good outline of some very advanced stuff. And there's also probably a good chance I would have gotten him to close because I would have only been asking him, to come down $25, and he's already so invested in the conversation anyway. So Ulysses says, what if he objects? So what do you mean, what if he objects? Let me know what you mean by that. The middle offer. If he objects to the middle offer, he would come down a little bit more. He already came down a little bit, right? He came from $325 to $350 or to $3. He would come down a little bit, and really, I would only need him to come down to $2. I really would only need him. He came down to $300. I could get him to come down $10 more. $10 more, I could know I'd sell it for $100 more, and it might be clean eye in the eye too, right? So I might be able to sell it for $200 more. But he would come down at least $10 more because he's already invested in the conversation, and at the end, he already came down $25. He would come down a little bit more. I would just have to work with him. So does this make sense, guys? Was this helpful going through this chat conversation and going through breaking it down line by line? Even though I didn't close it, guys, there's some very good principles you can use from this for all your other things because there's 30 different lessons. 30 different lessons. All right. Guys, I'm glad it was helpful to you guys. Now, we're going to have some fun. That's the skills. Now, I want you guys to see something. That thing right there, that's how I do every single lead. I don't get lazy with the leads. Every now and then I might yell, but it's every lead is like that. That's how I'm closing 20% of negotiatings. Okay? I'm fully in it. Now, guys, who here wants to play a game? Who here wants to do something fun? What would you have verbally said if the objection was, that's not in the middle? Usually they don't think that way, to be honest with you, Yuri. It's kind of a tricky thing. Usually when you say meet me in the middle, 9 times out of 10, they're thinking what's in front of them right now, which is the 300. If you try it, you'll think that it's almost all the time they'll catch it, but most of the time they don't. And if they do it, I would say, just come down. You can't come down a little bit more. I would just keep saying the same shit. You can't come down a little bit more. Just do it for me. Just help me out a little bit. I'll meet you right now today, right? And all I got to do is get him to come down $10 more. Ulysses says bingo. Okay, this is what we're going to do. I want to show you guys, I want to prove to you guys that all the other salespeople, all the other phone flippers that buy phones out there don't know what they're doing, okay? This is the kind of training you have access to. There's like 25 other text conversation breakdown videos just like this one in Next Level. If you go through the group chats, guys, any questions you have, guys, pretty much are all Next Level. Go through the group chats that are all in your back office and look for the text. It'll say 3 text conversation breakdowns, a long text, tough text to the account. You can watch those guys and get this skill set. You can get really good at negotiating. You can probably be the top, if not in the top 5% of the negotiators that are phone flipping in your area. What's that mean when you get good at negotiating, guys, and you're better than all the competition? You got more ads out there than all them, and you're better at negotiating. What's that mean is going to happen? You're going to make all the money. And then me and Megan, we're going to go buy a Porsche. That's right. You're going to be a thousandaire. You're going to do $800 in profit like Darius did yesterday. You're going to do $5,000 in sales like Josh did. You're going to do $23,000 in sales like we did. And the month before that, we did $32,000 in sales. We're going to go in a Lamborghini. Absolutely. So okay. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to have fun. This is going to be super fun. Someone name a city. Someone name a city. Los Angeles. Goshton, Indiana. Someone name another city. St. Louis, says Ulysses. That's where your boy Goldstein lives. Someone name another city. I'm looking for, that's where, something I've never heard of before. We're going to do, you guys can see the screen, right? This is what we're going to do. Huntsville, is that Alabama? Okay, watch it. This is how fun it is. Craigslist, cell phone section. What we're going to do is we're going to find a random person. I'm going to show you guys how bad people are at negotiating. Not to pick on anyone, but just to show you guys how much of an advantage you have. We're going to find someone that buys phones, and we're going to message them right now. Ooh, now I hope this isn't anyone in here, right? I don't want to. Oh, that's a really good ad. That looks like a Darius picture. Nah, we're going to just text them. All right, I don't want to pick on anyone that's in the group, all right? Is this anyone's number here? And maybe they're good. That's mine? All right. Well, okay. Well, we wouldn't be able to. Darius would be kicking everyone's butt, so we got to find someone else. I was going to say, that ad looked a little bit better than the standard ad. Is that you? Damn, Darius. Is that all you, Darius? I can't even find anything. Darius takes. Damn, Darius. Okay, so all these ads are Darius's, so we got to, okay. All right. Damn. Guys, Darius did $800 in profit yesterday. Look at all of his ads. How many Craigslist ads have you posted in the last 24 hours? All right. Well, okay, I got to go. Woo! All right, let me go to the wanted section. Let me try to find an ad that's not Darius's, since Darius is just monopolizing and taking over the world, apparently. Is that you, Darius? Okay, yeah, we can't. Okay, so for some reason, Darius is just being smart and 10xing his business and making all the money and not letting any of the competition. Okay, call you listen. All right. Chris, what area do you live in? Gosh, Craigslist, cell phone section. Is this right? Oh, Indiana. Okay, all right, we'll go right here. And then, guys, I got to get going here in about 8 minutes, so let's find one. All right, come on. Who's using my photo? Is this you? Is this anyone here? Guys, someone's using my photo. I'm going to send them, I'm going to ask for their address so I can send them a bill. All right, it's not me. They stole it from me, says Chris. All right, maybe it's not my photo. I don't know. What can I say? I use Darius's photos all the time, right? So, okay, guys, so let's get this number. Now, this is what we're going to do. All right, guys, we're about to have some fun. Okay. All right, we're going to go here. We're going to type in this number, 574. 574 301 301 1124. You buy phones? Question mark. Well, let's see what happens, guys. Now we're gonna get a couple other numbers just in case this person's not on it. You buy phones. So let me go get another number real quick. Financed, bill owned iPhone. I don't even know what that means. Okay. Is this anyone's number? All right, we're going to do a few of these so we can get someone to respond. 574-440-77. And we're going to say you buy phones? Question mark. All right, we're going to keep doing this. We're going to 10x this till we get someone to answer. Okay, now let's do another city. Someone give me another city. Ulysses gave me a number. My man. All right. So as I said, 818-642-3850. And we're going to say, you buy phones. All right. Dallas, Texas. I love that. Okay. Dallas, Texas. Oh, woo! Look at all that. Damn, these people got their game stepped up. All right, we got a response. Let's see what we got. Okay, so listen, all right, so let's see how good they do, right? Let's see what the competition's doing. Yes. And we're going to say iPhone X 256. Hold up, someone tell me what phone we should sell them. Let's do iPhone X 256 gigabyte. Let's not give them too much. iPhone X, how much? Guys, well, how about we make them work for it a little bit? All right, we need another number. So now we're going to use guys, if anyone's watching this recording and this is your number, know that I love you and it's totally cool. 1111. All right. You buy phones. Doesn't. Okay. All right, guys. Oh my God. Look at this. Look at this crap. Maybe I need to get a new one of these two. Look how bad this is. Man, what is going on with this? I said, you buy iPhones. You buy phones. He goes, yes. I said, iPhone X, how much? He goes, carrier and gigabyte, any issues or locks. You guys see how freaking crappy that is? That is horrible. The average customer is going to see that, and they're not. The reason we ask one question at this time is people have a 7-second attention span and they don't want to think. That is just horrible. See, you guys see how bad that is? I need to get a new one of these two, I guess. Yeah, what the hell does gigabyte mean? I don't know what gigabyte means, so I'm going to say, I'm just going to play along with them. Why is this not working? I'm going to say 256 GB, Verizon, sealed in box. Okay, now let's see who else has said. Yes. iPhone X. How much? Guys, this is some blurry junk. What's going on with this? Look at this. It's the same bullshit. Look at that. This is the other lead. Carrier gigabyte condition. Look at this crap, guys. You guys see how bad this is, right? You guys see how unbelievably bad this is. You guys, now that you've kind of gotten a feeling of the script, you guys see how this just kind of even aggravates you? Does this aggravate you? Who wants to spend all this time answering all these questions, typing all this out, and the conversation just got started? What number is that? I don't know. Aaron taught us well, says Megan. Let's play along with him. We're going to play along, and let's see how he does the offer, okay? X256 GB, Verizon, sealed, in box. Okay, now let's get one more number. Let's get one more number. We got to get one more number. Uh-oh, is that anyone here? Okay, all right. Yes, guys. Well, I'm teaching you guys stuff that works. I've gone through over. You guys see that everything I teach you guys comes from, you'll see that I got it from a book, or I got it from this guy that makes $1 million a year doing this. So everything I'm teaching you guys is like you know, it comes from stuff. You buy phones. So that guy finally made an offer. He made $900, so he must have like a direct buyer he ships it to, because obviously he's not selling that on eBay, right? Because, I mean, a sealed X, even though those, you know, those we're buying at Bad IMEI, those are like $980 on eBay. But you see how, so the price is good, right? The price is good. He's given a good price, but you see how it's just unpersonal, right? Don't worry about the dollar amount, because, you know, I lose some deals of like new phones. There's people in my area and they got direct things. They don't sell them on eBay. They buy them for like almost the price they're selling for on eBay. It's like Bad IMEI. But just see how bad that is. The offer goes 900 sealed unlocked. Guys, what is he even saying by that? Right, or use bait and switch would be a horrible thing to do. That'd be that, you wouldn't make any money with that. But what is that, guys? Is that an offer? He says 900 sealed unlocked. What does that even mean? What does that mean in the chat? What does that mean in the chat? 900 sealed, is he making an offer? I don't understand. You guys see how just this whole conversation is just all messed up. Guy doesn't know what he's doing. Oop. Let's see. I don't get any on the other ones. All right, so I'm just going to leave it like that. Unless we get another message real quick. All right, guys, so that's what I got. I just wanted to show you guys. I was hoping to get a couple other people messaging, but I need to go pick up this thing real quick. So that's what I got for you guys. Was that helpful to everyone here? Was this overall group chat helpful? I wanted to show you guys this really advanced text negotiation breakdown, and then I wanted you guys to just see how the competition. You guys saw it, guys. They asked to it. They're horrible, right? That's why, guys, when you get your skills set up, you can make a lot of money with this because you're better than everyone else. And even if your offers are a little bit lower than maybe some of these other people, you know, if they got a direct, I don't know, they got a direct thing, they got a direct. I can't deal with that. I sell my stuff on eBay and PayPal. David sells his stuff eBay and PayPal. We're not having any issues with it. But even if you're offering a little bit less, you can offer a little bit less and get away with it because your skills are up to par, right? And most people are lazy. When they're talking to you, most people, they just kind of want to be dealing with one person. Some people, they like to shop around. But if you got someone invested in the conversation, especially like the one I showed you, and they're like deep into the conversation, they just want to be dealing with you. I got to agree to $50 less than someone in David's course, says Chris. Absolutely. There it is. There it is, guys. That's some solid stuff, by the way, Chris. So that's what I got for you guys, because they didn't know how to text. So Chris bought a phone for $50 less than someone else in David's course because Chris knows how to close through texting. That's why this works, guys. So that's what I got for you guys. I'm going to go pick up this thing right here. It was great hanging out with you guys. Feel free to post any success you have in Next Level because I'm celebrating your guys' success. By the way, guys, has anyone, you guys that have been writing down your goals for the last week, have you noticed that helps keep you a little bit more on track? Have you noticed that even though it's simple and it's nothing fancy, that just writing down your goals before you go to sleep and looking at the list helps you stay focused and helps you keep you more on track? Maybe it's just me. Maybe it only helps me out. I'm not sure. Oh, I got a yes, sir, from Megan. It's these little things, guys. Anything I ever teach you guys is mechanical stuff. One of the things that separates me from all these other teachers is there's a lot of people and they're like, oh, you just got to be more motivated, or oh, you just got to be more focused. I hate all that crap. I want to know, I want to be able to do something. I want an activity or a structure or something I can do to keep myself in check, right? It's you know, and then if it works, then I'll share it with you guys. Yes, it seems to make the day go smoother, says Diane. Awesome. Well, I'm proud of you guys. Keep up doing the good work. Keep posting your results. Keep posting the pictures of your goal list and keep doing the goal list. It's these little things. Creating wealth, guys, is not hard. It's just doing certain things, getting good at certain skill sets, and being able to keep yourself in check and keep yourself motivated and taking action and overcoming self-doubt. It was a pleasure hanging out with you guys. I'm glad I was able to spend this time with you guys. I will see you guys on Monday's group chat and in the Facebook group. You guys have a fantastic day, and thanks for your listeners. You're welcome, and I'll talk to you guys.